After what had been quite a windy and bumpy passage, I was finally faced with a beautiful morning.
Another morning and another storm successfully ridden out.
Yes, my mistake. Last video I said west. It's east coast of Australia I'm on.
Kind of lolloping along. There's not much wind, but I'm undoing all the mess from last night. Morning, Turby. He's not very happy with me this morning.
You may remember from the last video I had to throw a rope over the wind turbine to stop her getting out of control and over revving.
Got a nice breeze this morning and it's in the right direction. I've done a couple of tacks already. The anchorage we're going to is somewhere over there, about 9 miles away. So you've got to have the binoculars ready, winch handles ready to take down the sails, engine, water and oil all sorted out, anchor winch, the windlass ready to go. So we're just about there. Still got to find the entrance, I can't see it. I've got to get over here and up there. It says on the chart, not well surveyed. It's getting very, very shallow here. Right, I'm hoping we'll get some respite behind that beach up there.
And I got my wish. At last, a safe anchorage, calm weather, and a beautiful sunset. The next day was what is really my favorite part of cruising, is getting off the boat, going ashore and exploring, and taking this baby with me. This is Facing Island, a place I'm not really planned on coming to. It's actually not far from the industrial port of Gladstone here in Australia, but this is completely different. This is wild bush, it's got white beaches, and people are actually swimming in what normally is shark infested and crocodile infested water. But hey, they're a hardy lot round here, let me tell you.
I don't think they read the sign.
This little island and this little beach definitely had that laid-back feeling that I love so much. Where did this lead? Let's find out.
Brilliant. Just what I need. Yeah. I can smell barbecue. So this part is definitely a campground.
I've always wanted to go walkabout, as they call it in Australia. This wasn't really proper walkabout stuff, but it was feral enough, and it was nice just to get off the boat and walk around nature and enjoy it. Headed back to my landing spot on the beach. I marvelled at this, the way people just left stuff lying around. Even got some drinking chairs and a table. Yes, I like this place very much.
This lady tells me there's no shops here. I'm going to take a dip and then I'll have a cold beer.
I was wondering whether to take one of these surfboards out for a little swim, and then this happened.
I don't know the name. Smile!
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Make sure you put me on your. Make sure you put me on your channel.
I will do. You'll be on. This is Matthew.
Yeah.
I found him on the beach. Him and his mates. They're going oyster fishing today.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, mate.
Pleasure to meet you.
Some oysters.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go.
What's your channel?
Oh yeah, you watch it? I can be walking in the Australian bush, and somebody knows me. It's brilliant. It's unreal. I tell you what, I'm still getting used to this. It is an odd but nice feeling. It's great. I know Matthew now and the boys. They're going oyster fishing. If I play my cards right, I might get some oysters off them. I would go with them, they invited me, but I've had a long day. Okay. So, good trip ashore.
The next day it was back to work, and in fact it was clean up day. Decided to take the garbage off the boat. That's why I was happy to see those garbage bins ashore, because that's always a problem, where to put your garbage when you live on a boat. I thought I'd also do some exploring. This stretch of coastline is known for its sharks and a bit further up crocodiles, so very wary about getting in the water in Australia. But here I was assured it was safe providing you stayed close to the shoreline. So I engaged in a pastime that all Australians are known for, having a cold one and sitting in the cool water at the end of the day. I gotta say, it's a hard thing to beat. This is living, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's all about. It is incredibly beautiful. I love this. I love this beach life. This just taking a swim, having a beer, talking to complete strangers for a nice evening. But I need to go home and cook some food. Mayhem. And the wind came up. Got the mainsail down. That was hard work. Come on, baby. Another squall. Another squall above us. This was the same area that had got me into so much trouble just a few weeks beforehand when I came into Australia. It's very shallow here, and that's what makes this sea state kind of odd, and with a lot of wind on top of that, it makes it for a hard passage. I gotta say, this wasn't comfortable. And then all of a sudden this guy appeared. He'd got his mainsail up. I talked to him later on. He'd actually got it stuck up and was hanging on for dear life. It kind of felt like a boat race, but of course it wasn't a boat race. That guy drew a lot less water than I did. Also, he was faster, so he could go through the shallower water and cut the corner. It was exhausting work, but finally got back into Bundaberg safe and sound. But that didn't mean that the weather was going to get any better. In fact, it got worse. This was actually tied up to the dock, and I was getting pressed on the dock because the wind was coming from the left-hand side of the boat there as you're looking at her. So it was kind of bumpy, but I felt safe, but I had to keep adjusting the ropes and the fenders. Yes, I was getting a bit tired of this, I got to say. The fenders were getting nicely squashed up, but Shaddy wasn't damaged. That was the main thing. As she sat there getting a battering from the dock, I felt kind of sorry for my little boat. We'd taken a lot of beatings, her and I, over the last few years. But that was going to change very soon. I'd got plans. We were going to pull out of the water, get everything fixed, and make a new start and a new adventure. But first, cleaning the bilge. A little bit of oil, but mostly water. An unpleasant job. Grey water pump is also broken again. It's stuck on. That's probably because I don't use it much, but I'll sort that later. That'll do for now, but the cabin sole does need some attention and a lot of deep cleaning down there. That's for later. A change in the weather had me out on deck. That's the way I have to work things. When the weather's good, out on deck. When the weather's bad, you do work inside the boat. The wind had dropped, so time to check out the rigging. I was putting away the mainsail, so had to disconnect the main halyard. A halyard is the rope that pulls the sails up. This one pulls the mainsail up. And then I did something very stupid. Let's see that again. Yes, I pulled the rope up the wrong way and it came out and went up the mast. Like that. What have I just done? I just grabbed the wrong end of the halyard and I pulled it up the mast. It's gone inside the mast. Yeah, so that kind of ruined my day. Thought I'd leave it and do something else. Say hello to an old friend making his appearance after a little break. This is Easy Bike, of course, upside down. He lives in the back cabin of the boat. It's great to have him out because he's my main transport when I'm on shore. He's also travelled halfway around the world and been to a lot of countries. People ask me why don't I get a small bike, one of these travelling ones. Well, this is the bike I had, and I would otherwise. But I love my old bike, plus the fact you can get a lot of beer on this bike. Provisions. You can load it up with a lot of provisions. That's what I meant to say. Then it was time for the next part of my plan.
Boat ride.
She's not floating anymore, we're out of the water. I couldn't have known that as those gates closed behind us, that when we left Shaddy and I through those same gates a few months later, the rest of my life would be a little bit different. But for now, the boat was safe and sound out of the water on the hard next to the marina, and it was time to work. The first work I had to do was on the deck, so I had to clear the deck. There was a lot of stuff on there. First to come off was Squeaky. She'd go under the boat. I had a little thing here. I kind of made a mistake. I used the normal system I have for getting the boat off, but something happened there. Nearly lost my head, but all's well. She was down there. It's bits like this, the rust, you can see it there. There's rust and paintwork need tending all over the place. The other thing is this, my old life raft, looking a bit raggedy. Need to get that off out of the way and see what's to be done with that. Also the fenders come off. To keep it out of the rain, I put the life raft under the back of Squeaky with her new cover on, looking all very smart. I wanted these steps, but too expensive. Meanwhile, my friends from Bundaberg Marine Rescue, who saved my ass a few weeks beforehand, were doing a training course in the yard. But just because I was out of the water, the bad weather wasn't going to let me go. That was instant craziness. Oh, bloody hell. No. Alright. Yeah, I don't know when this weather will ever end. Everybody, all the locals are telling me that this is just not normal for this time of year. That's crazy, bloody crazy, look. One rain there.
Please, Bear. Goodness me, I was exhausted just watching that, and I was there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget my song Halfway is out at the moment. Check it out on my other site, Barry Seadog Perrins. Thank you to my patrons for their wonderful support. Thank you so much. Real-time updates. I'm on Twitter, X, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Until we meet again next time, take care of yourselves.